Hey there, I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes. I'm a board game designer, but I like to make custom expansions for other games that I like to play from other designers, as well as make custom accessories for a lot of those games. And one of my favorite games to play is Space Hulk Death Angel. Now, this is a game that was published by Fantasy Flight Games. They don't publish it anymore. It's set in the Space Hulk Warhammer universe. And it's kind of like a card game version of Space Hulk. So it's simplified and streamlined in a lot of ways. Really small box with the components in it. So it's mostly cards, some tokens, and a die. And the setup has you placing certain decks of cards in a little bit of a configuration here. And then you're laying out all of your Space Marines, and the Genestealers will be attacking you. But I like to organize things, and so I have a custom mat for the decks. Now, this is a design that is based on a couple that were put on Board Game Geek by various other players. I made an amalgam and added some stuff in there that I like, so it's got some player aid elements to it, as well as where to put all of the different decks that you're going to be using. And that is great for this part of the setup, but there's still like 2/3 of the setup. It doesn't really go on that mat, so I felt like I needed to make another mat. So I did, and this is the mat for the Space Marines themselves. They go down the center here, and your Genestealers are going to be placed adjacent to them on these other spaces, depending on how many that you have. So this was one that I made using a bunch of different stuff that I found on the internet that I thought, captured the essence of what that derelict ship might look like, and just to help organize the cards. So having that out on the table, it's gorgeous to behold. I really enjoy it. I've played this at cons, and everybody kind of swoops in. Is like, what is this game? And I was like, well, it's Death Angel. And they're going, oh, I know that game. And it just looks more impressive on the mats. And it helps to organize it. And, this mat as well. The other fans who worked on these initial designs, they did a good job of putting some stuff on there that just streamlines the gameplay. Now, this is a game that can be very challenging, especially when you got a lot of Space Marines on there. So I do have one variant that I've done that takes advantage of having multiple Genestealers of the same type. So they've got the different types of Genestealers. They have these little icons next to them. And the variant, I'll put a link in the description here on Board Game Geek where I explain it out there. It makes it a little bit easier for the Marines. Not by a lot, though. I'll be honest with you. Even using this variant, it's still about 50-50. Half the time we're able to win. Half the time we just get wiped out by the Genestealers. So this is a short one, everybody. Let me know what you think of the playmats. I'm a big fan of them. I've got a lot of playmats that I've done for various games. I think it just adds a lot more immersion to the game for me, and I like to organize things. I don't like to have decks of cards just willy-nilly out on the table. I like them to have a designated home. So sometimes it's not practical for a board game to say, here's a board and here's where you put the cards on the board. A lot of the boards don't really accommodate the cards or the decks, which is understandable. But that's not me. I like to have homes for them, and I've got a lot more coming, some more videos to share with you there. That's it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.